Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing today? First things first, I got another sort of a pet themed video for you here. This is drawn on my iPad, nice and simple, nothing too extraordinarily complicated or anything. I've got a couple of those up for later grabs, but for now we're just doing a couple of quick pets. Starting off here, we've got this little puppy dog. And I think this puppy dog was actually a picture taken by my wife. She's got this habit of taking pictures of people's pets when she comes in and does real estate photos and stuff like that. And so really a big treat of my day is her coming home and showing me all the different sort of cats and dogs and birds and stuff that she comes across. And it's such a joy. And of course it wouldn't be a Kin's Draws original without a little bit of color splashing in there and brightening things up. So it's going to be a beautiful turquoise color just to brighten up our day. And as always, the program that I'm using at the moment is Procreate on the iPad. Now I am planning a little bit more like real stuff, real materials, not necessarily on the iPad. I've also got some ideas for some live, not live, but like real-time recording stuff. Basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to expand the scope of what I'm doing a little bit and just kind of get everything going, kind of get the ball rolling, you know? Because believe it or not, there's actually been quite a few shakeups in my life recently. Not to put too fine a point on it, but I recently quit my job at the art store that I was working at to go work at my wife's company. You know, it's almost like I married her or something. Our personalities really mesh well. Well, I'm not actually doing any of the, the heavy lifting with her. I have been doing, behind the scenes stuff. I've been doing some editing. I've been doing some tax related stuff. I've been having fun. It's been going good. Speaking of going good, I also recently discovered that DaVinci Resolve also allows you to record directly into the program instead of having to go through I was using Audacity to record most of my voiceovers previously, which is, it's a fine program, but there's a lot more counting involved. Not that I was terribly careful about running over time or anything in the first place, but it's still good, and it really helps. The only thing that I will say is that I tend to record these in bits and snippets at a time because I can talk pretty confidently for a couple of seconds, but then once I start running over myself, I start thinking about what I'm saying, it kind of falls apart a little bit. So I end up with a lot of voiceover clips that I have to all kind of mash together, and it just kind of looks a little messy. But that's a small problem. That's what writing a script is for, right? And I don't really do that. I'm just here to draw pictures and make silly jokes and maybe hopefully brighten up your day. I know I'm not perhaps the most talented artist on the block, but I have a certain style, shall we say, that I usually get compliments on, and I have to imagine that not everybody is lying about it. So, I mean, it could be the case, but yeah. Anyway, I suppose I should actually talk about the painting that I'm talking over, hey? So this particular painting is a much loved moment of time. It's Christmas, probably 2021. We were celebrating Christmas, and for whatever reason, Superstore was doing this promotion where if you bought a certain amount of groceries, you'd get a tray of cocktail shrimp, right? Because when people think of Christmas, they think of shrimp, apparently. So we hit that threshold. We got the shrimp, and I was making a stir fry. Because that's what you do. As you do on Christmas, you make the Christmas stir fry. You stuff the Christmas turkey, and you fry up the Christmas shallots, and you make a stir fry or some rice. Anyway, I had a shrimp left over, and I was like, well, I didn't have a shrimp left over. I saved a shrimp, and I gave it to Rosie, and this was the face that she made when she thought that something big was going to take the shrimp away from her. You know what? Actually, let's just bring up the picture. I think there's a video of it somewhere. I'm pretty sure Katie took a video of it, but it's probably unlisted or something, and it would take me a while to dig through it. So if it's not included in this episode's description, don't worry about it. I just probably couldn't find it. So on to the next video. This one, third time's the charm, right? It's another pet themed one. It is actually my friend Taylor's cat named Andy. He's a gorgeous little boy, and it's taken me a little bit to get exactly the kind of picture that I want for it. You know, there's a lot of doodling. That's one of the advantages of an iPad, is that you can really, you know, really dial it in. You don't have to waste extra pages or anything. You don't have to trace it over again once you got it sorted out. It's just good to go, you know? And I really appreciate about that, because I very rarely get it good on the first go. Even this picture, like, it's not ideal. It takes some refinement, but we get there eventually. I do, you know, I'm not the happiest with it, to be honest, just because I mess up the perspective a little bit and I try to fix it later on, and it doesn't really work very well. We'll let you all decide how badly I screwed it up. So, just yeah. You know, actually thinking about it a little bit, one of the strengths of being able to lock in and get the perfect lines on the iPad is also really one of the weaknesses. You end up spending so much time looking at the trees that you lose track of the forest, sort of a thing. And even here, you can see like features are jumping around and lines are being distorted. I actually pull out the it's not the liquify tool. It's like a little grid, and you pull on the lines and it's distorted. It's like a selector tool. I'm kind of embarrassing myself with how little I actually know about the proper names of stuff on the iPad, considering how much I use it. But you know, I don't have to know what they're called in order to pull them out on occasion, you know? Regardless, let's talk about this little gremlin Andy for a little bit. He is a perpetual trash monster. He likes to jump on the counter and get any little crumbs that are still hanging around, and up until recently he was not allowed in the bedroom because my friend Talon, my friend Talon has their wife is very allergic to cats, and I guess maybe she's been taking some shots or something to deal with that. Maybe it's just an issue of like, you know, just not caring anymore, just a devil may cry attitude about it. But overall, it's been very positive for Andy's mental well-being to be able to be let into the bedroom and do some cuddle time. And over the last, I want to say 2 days or so, there has been no complaints about any gremlin behavior. So if you are in need of some reprieve from a particularly mischievous cat, maybe try lowering a boundary or two, just letting them trample all over you and just seeing what happens. Maybe it'll solve the problem. Speaking of gremlins, I don't know if you can hear it, but my little boy Tigger down here is, he's found a favorite spot to sit. It's on an old pharmacy bag that I just hasn't made its way to the trash because I gotta take the receipts out of it. But every couple of seconds he shifts his weight just ever so much while staring at me. He knows that I'm trying to do something with sound because he recognizes that I'm doing stuff with the microphone. But what he's doing is he's making sure that he knows that I know that he knows that he's here, which is rare because I don't know if he's ever had a thought in his life, and I don't know if he actually does know that he exists. And that leads us ever so neatly, it's almost like I planned this or something, but don't tell anyone, ever so neatly into our final portrait of the day, which is in fact a picture of Tigger that I really like. It was in a neat perspective. It just made his butt look giant, and it really shows off his kinky curly tail. Hi, yes, I hear you, sir. Anyway, this picture is the only one that actually has any real name. I've been calling it Planet Fall, and it was, I have another video coming out soon. I've got to scrub through the footage and everything just to, you know, kind of really make it shine, because there's about 8 hours of footage there that is just me painting Tigger's portrait, because Rosie has a portrait, so why shouldn't Tigger have a portrait? He's been here a year, right? So it was about time. I've actually been sitting on the portrait since about the time that he got here. I bought the canvas because I knew I was going to do it anyway, so might as well get it while it's on sale, right? But then it sat on my canvas for like a year, or it sat on my easel for like a year, the canvas did, and I just couldn't find inspiration with this particular picture on that one. I did find another one. It came out great. I can't wait to show you all how lovely it looks, because I really think you are going to be surprised at how closely it fits the style of the Rosie picture, which is earlier in my videos. If you look up, I think the video is called like Drawing My Cat or something, or a portrait of Rosie, or a portrait of my cat, something like that. It's going to be a very, very big, very psychedelic, it's a 30 by 40 canvas of my cat Rosie. Hi, yes, I see you. Are you mad because I locked the door? Yeah, I know. He is being an absolute doof right now, so I'm just going to go let him out. And so if you hear any scratching on the door, you'll know why. Come on out. You little varmint. Yeah, no, I see you too, Rosie. Look here. I need you there. Okay, sorry about that. Incidentally, I'm trying a new thing here where I'm trying to get a little bit of maybe a less edited. I'm not going to say polished, because let's be honest, none of these were any particular level of polish, but maybe a more natural flow to the talking. It is a little bit harder. It's not quite as snappy to like go in and edit everything in Blackmagic as it is in Audacity, so maybe I'll go back to using Audacity after this one, just after I see how it goes. But this little boy, Tigger, I believe I've told his story before, but he was actually Katie's grandmother's cat, who kind of fell off the face of the earth after Katie's grandma died in about 2017, maybe 2015-ish. So like almost 10 years ago, he went to a relative. That relative died, and then the 3 years that between when that relative died and when we got him, he somehow traveled 150 miles just to end up in another town. Just honestly insane. He showed up at a feline leukemia positive colony, starving, mangy. He had one broken canine that later had to be removed. He had a bunch of bone rot around that broken canine that ended up having to be dremeled out. It actually breached his sinus. So he was all sorts of messed up. And he's just doing so much better now. He's still a little scrawny, but we still love him. Try to feed him as much as we can. He doesn't like eating that much, but that's about it. So if you liked it, please like and subscribe and comment how you liked it. Maybe ring that bell. All that jibber jabber stuff.